The new way of execution. Measure your progress. Why measurement matters? Sports are engaging because the score is always visible. Everyone knows where they stand all times. Measurement creates clarity and focus. Psychological impact. Measurement builds self-esteem and confidence. It documents progress and achievement. Progress equals motivation. Objectivity and reality. Measurement removes emotion from evaluation. It gives an honest picture of performance, and the sooner you face reality, the sooner you can improve results. William Edwards said, "In God we trust, all others must bring data." Now, lead indicators versus lag indicators. Lag indicators are like results. It's like your income, sales, commissions, pounds or kilograms lost, body fat. It represents the end outcome. That's a lag indicator. Whereas the lead indicator, they are like the actions that you need to take to achieve the outcome, such as sales calls or referrals, how many workouts a week, the type of meals you need to eat, whatever action you need to take. These are lead indicators and they help you with measuring your progress. Lag indicators are the final outcomes. Now, most people ignore indicators. The most important lead indicator equals your execution. You control your actions, not your outcomes. Results are a byproduct of actions. Execution framework. Start with a clear vision of the future. Set aligned 12-week goals. Break goals into specific actions or tactics. The highest control equals execution of tactics, which means the higher you execute, the more you execute, the higher control you have. Execution measure equals how you follow through. Strong execution equals progress towards your vision. If you're not able to achieve your goals, then identify the issues. You either have a plan problem, strategy/tactics are ineffective, or execution problem, failure to follow through. Now, feedback loops. Feedback loops, every action produces feedback. Feedback allows adjustment and optimization. You cannot improve a plan without execution. You can only change a plan when you've executed properly and there's no results. Execution leads to feedback. Feedback leads to adjustment. Adjustment means better results. Now, how to make time for it. Time and intentionality. Everything you want to accomplish in life requires an investment of time. Your time is finite and perishable. Once it's gone, it's gone. Improving results is not about finding more time, but about using your time more intentionally. The power of yes and no. If you're not purposeful with your time, your results are left to chances. Every yes is a trade-off against something more important. Being intentional means having the discipline to say no to low-value activities. Actions versus outcomes. You control your actions, not your outcomes. However, no outcome exists without action. Results are a direct consequence of how you spend your time. A lack of intention leads to a reactive life where the day controls you. Living with intention. To reach your potential, you must be mindful and deliberate with your time. Living with intention means organizing your life around clear priorities, choosing actions that are aligned with your goals and vision. Without intention, effort becomes scattered and ineffective. Now, high value time use. When you use your time intentionally, you waste less time, you invest more in high value actions. This requires discipline and structure, not just motivation. Core reflection. It's not enough to be busy. The question is, what are you busy about? Busyness without direction leads to illusion, not progress. Performance time structure. Intentional time use is not about eliminating interruptions completely. It's about structuring your time to handle them effectively. There are 3 core components of performance time: strategic blocks, buffer blocks, and breakout blocks. Strategic blocks are a 3-hour block of uninterrupted time scheduled weekly. No phone, no messages, no social media, no interruptions. Full focus on pre-planned high impact tasks. For most people, 1 block per week is enough. This is where the real progress is created. Now, buffer blocks are designed for low value, unplanned activities like emails, messages, small reactive tasks. Prevents your day from being constantly interrupted. Now, recommended 1 30-minute block daily or 2 1-hour blocks if needed. Power comes from grouping distractions together to protect your focus. Breakout blocks. Time scheduled away from work to recover and reset. Minimum 3 hours, ideally during the day, used to recharge mentally and physically. More hours doesn't equal better results. Energy and clarity do. Recovery increases focus, creativity, and execution quality. Energy and performance insight. Constant work without recovery leads to burnout, reduced focus, lower quality output. Strategic reset is not laziness, it's a performance tool. Now design your ideal week. Create a clear structure of your week on paper. Organize core tasks, priorities, and time blocks. If it doesn't fit on paper, it won't fit in reality. That forces you to make hard but necessary decisions. Optimizing your time. Schedule routine tasks at the same time each week. Identify your prime time when you perform at your best and place your most important work in those hours. Small control over time leads to massive improvements in output. Outcome of intentional living. Greater control over your life and time, reduced stress and overwhelm, increased confidence and clarity, more consistent execution and results. Now, why do you struggle with consistency? Interest versus commitment. When you're interested in something, you act only when it's convenient. You stop when conditions are unfavorable. When you're committed, you act regardless of circumstances. You accept no excuses, only results. Now, what is commitment? A commitment is a personal promise. You keep promise to others, build trust and strong relationships. Keeping promises to yourself builds character, confidence, and self-respect. Commitment is a conscious decision to act in order to create a result. Why people break commitments? When things become difficult, people look for reasons to stop. They shift focus to easier or more comfortable tasks. Lack of commitment leads to inconsistency, restart cycles, and no real progress. Now, there's 4 keys to successful commitment. First, you need a strong desire. A commitment starts with a clear and compelling reason. Your goal must be personally meaningful and strong enough to carry you through difficulty. Without desire, you will quit when execution gets hard. Keystone actions. Not all actions are equal. Some drive most of the results. These are your core/high impact activities. Often a small number of actions, 1 to 3 actions, produce the majority of outcomes. Success depends on identifying these actions and focusing on them. The third key is count the costs. Every commitment comes with a price. Costs may include time, money, energy, discomfort, uncertainty. Most people fail because they commit without acknowledging the cost. True commitment means seeing the cost clearly, choosing the goal anyway. And the 4th key is act on commitment, not feelings. You will not always feel motivated. If you only rely on motivation, you will lose consistency and you break momentum. Discipline is doing what must be done regardless of how you feel. Consistent action builds momentum, identity, and results. Now, the 12-week commitment cycle is long-term commitments feel overwhelming and often fail. The solution: commit in 12-week cycles. Benefits: more focus, higher urgency, greater follow-through. After 12 weeks, you can reassess, adjust, and commit again. Core principles: accountability equals ownership of choices, commitment equals execution of those choices, and results equals outcome of consistent execution. Work-life balance. One of the biggest challenges in life is balancing work, family, commitment, health, personal passions, obligations. And there is a myth of equal balance. Many people believe that balance means spending equal time and energy in every area. In reality, this is impartial and unrealistic. It often leads to frustration and insufficiency. Equal distribution does not guarantee fulfillment. Intentional imbalance. True life balance is not about equality, it's about intentional imbalance. It means deliberately choosing where to focus your time and energy, accepting that some areas will receive more attention than others. What matters is not balance, but purposeful allocation. Living with purpose across areas. Life balance is achieved when you're conscious and intentional about how you spend your time. At different times, you will prioritize one area over another. This is not failure, it's strategy. Life happens in seasons. Life is not static, it moves in seasons. Each season comes with different priorities, different challenges, different opportunities, and growth comes from recognizing the season you're in, acting accordingly with intention. Applying the 12 weeks approach, you got two options. You can focus on one area of using a 12-week cycle. Now, option one is set a 12-week goal in a specific area and build a plan with daily and weekly tactics or actions. Option 2 is identify one key action or keystone habit and commit to executing it consistently for 12 weeks. Progress over perfection. Not every goal can be completed in 12 weeks, but you can make a meaningful progress towards your goal. 12-week cycles allows you to build momentum, track improvement, and stay motivated. Progress creates fulfillment, confidence, and consistency. Areas of life to evaluate. To create intentional balance, assess key areas like the spiritual side, spouse/partner, family, community, physical, personal, and business side or business area. Self-assessment system. Rate each area on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 is excellent or fully aligned, and 1 is poor and needs serious attention. This creates awareness of where you stand and clarity on what to focus on next. Every area of your life either generates energy or drains energy. Example, a stressful, unfulfilling career drains energy across all areas. A fulfilling, stable career creates momentum and positivity elsewhere. And there are many examples, but this is just one of them. Core insight, you don't need to fix everything at once. You need to identify the area that matters most right now. Apply focused effort intentionally. Discipline is not doing everything, it is doing what matters most when it matters most. Intentional imbalance means focused effort. Focused effort leads to progress. Progress leads to momentum across all areas of life. Now we've covered everything. We've got actionable steps left, and that's gonna be for part 3.